this shit got me feeling like love hurts. Selling me up a dream, putting up a good work. Got me running up on bitches like I don't know my worth. You was right in my face with it. I act like I ain't see it, cause damn, that really hurt. Bitches wasn't even riding your wave until I surfed it. Now you moving like you the mans, and bitches flocking to you like you put that work in. Relationships while in the industry, I feel like, okay, some people do different stuff. Like, you have people who do music and they rap, they sing, or whatever the case may be. And I feel like if you're with somebody and you know you in the industry, the people that's with you also have to understand, like of course, like, this is what you signed up for, but at the same time, you gotta know, like, it comes with, like, supporters and all that stuff. Now, I'm not saying, like, it's okay to, like, cheat outside of being, you know, outside of what you're supposed to be doing as far as your music and stuff like that. But I feel like it comes with a lot of, like, because you're gonna want, like, video girls, you're gonna want, like, you know, when you celebrate, you're gonna want to pop bottles and stuff like that. So I feel like people that you be with should be aware, and they should be more content with, like, understanding, like, you're gonna be involved, you're gonna be around a lot of people in this social life. So I feel like at the same time, you and that person also should have, like, y'all own stuff going on outside of each other, so your life wouldn't solely revolve around this person. So when they do, like, go into, like, being in all these places, parties and stuff like that, you won't feel like, you know, too offended. You feel me? I feel like a lot of times space is required, and you also have, like, okay, now I'm not gonna, like, miss the fact that, like, some entertainers, video girls, video vixens, dancers, all that. Sometimes, like, people do come in a relationship knowing, like, how they met a person, and then all of a sudden want them to change and not be the same person they met. So I feel like that also could be a distraction as well, because a lot of times people would be knowing what they be signing up for. They just be, sorry, trying to make sure my boobs ain't come. They just be wanting to hold you back and, you know, like, waste time, especially if they know they met you that way. So I feel like when you are in, like, that type of industry, if they don't understand, like, what you got going on, I feel like they just gonna be in the way, and you should actually wait to be in, like, any type of relationships until you feel like you where you want to be at, where you at in life that you want to be. So I feel like it go hand to hand, because you do have, like, a lot of people who actually grow big in these industries, and, you know, like, it comes with a lot of supporters, a lot of people, like, you know, it comes with a lot of networking and stuff like that. And, you know, if you are jelly and stuff, especially, like, with acting, like, you know, when I first got into, like, acting and stuff, like, I used to be cautious of dating people so they won't be tripping off me trying to be, like, in certain films, or if I had to actually kiss an actor or something like that. You know, like, it's certain stuff where it's like, you feel me, like, if this gonna stop, like, sometimes relationships be blocking doors, they be blocking blessings at the same time. And it could be a good thing. I feel like the only way it'll be a good thing if they got their own type of business or something they got going on themselves. If they just solely just sitting around watching you or waiting on you, or, you know, like, everything you do, they gotta do with you and stuff like that, then that's when it's gonna, like, you and that relationship gonna clash a lot, because it's gonna always feel like you just spending more time with what your goals is, and not actually taking time out for a relationship. And I feel like a lot of times, me personally, relationship come with too many rules, and I'm, like, young myself, so I feel like at this time, relationships is not my main priority. Like, I don't mind, like, you know, chilling, dating people, but anything serious as far as that, I feel like it's a distraction, and it's just, like, to make my life prolong longer than what I want it to be as far as me following my goals. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, I didn't just start being in the industry. I've been in the industry for a while. So it's like, when you do run into people and all that type of stuff, they should, if you knew you, like, didn't like this type of person, or like their type of motives, or what you feel you didn't like in a person, you could have dated somebody else. But instead, you took the time out to court these type of people just so you could try to extol your to be in control of the situation and tell them when to do this and what to do. You know, you feel me? Like, I think the situation varies and stuff, and I don't know. Like, I feel like that relationship stuff, it could be a big blockage, but at the same time, like I said, if it's like, if y'all got that type of understanding, or if they got some motion outside of just you, it's just you waiting on you to be around and help them get on the type stuff like that, then the situation will be like more like, you know, more like even, like, oh, they got this going on, I got this going on, and you know, like, we understand, like, we chasing our goals, we doing what we want to do in life, you feel me? And yeah, I just feel like it goes hand in hand, and it all depends and stuff like that, because I feel like if you dancing and stuff, if you meet people like inside like clubs and stuff like that, that's I feel like that only gonna last temporarily, because of the simple fact, like, you met them in the club and they gonna have all these stories, all these little lectures they gonna give you about life and how they feel. You feel me? What they feel you should be doing, and should be doing. Then they gonna get to tell you how, like, you know, different levels of what they feel you should value yourself as a person. And I feel like I can't speak for everybody, but certain people know who they are as a person. Everybody just, I feel like a lot of people don't be knowing who they are as a person, but it's quick to tell somebody else that you feel like is doing something out of your religion that they don't value themselves, or they don't know truly who they are, because they doing this, that, and the third, when a lot of people don't know who they are and they just not doing anything or you feel me, like, they are doing something, but it's clearly not working. If you know all the ins and outs, what's good and what's bad, then why aren't you where you supposed to be in life as well? Like, it's easy to tell somebody to be like, oh, this, that, and this, that, and then it's like, so why aren't you where you supposed to be? Why aren't you in the space that you should be at right now? And then you got people who just so in denial and just want to tell you this, that, and the third, but like, it's hard to see that in themselves. So it's like you being yourself, but at the same time you got other people telling you who you're supposed to be as a person. It is like a lot of people don't even know who they are as a person. So like, why even listen to that? But at the same time, you do, like, certain people do come in situations blindsided. So if somebody is young and all that, they gonna fall for shit like that because of the simple fact they young. You feel me? Like, they don't know what they doing. A lot of people do come in the industry young. Like, I'm not just gonna talk about like it's like all glitters and glow and stuff like that. A lot of people do come in the industry young and they just don't care. Like, they just be all over the place and they just do anything and they just be around anybody, and it's like, you feel me, like, it levels to like what you want to do and how you want to do it. Like, I feel like
there's always a bitch saying it wouldn't be her. Like, karma ain't a bitch that's always at work. Laughing at another bitch pain, cause you feel like you had it better. Bitch, you done fool. I feel like we competing for the nigga. You got it, you can have it.
I feel like I wouldn't say like I was in a lot of negative situations, and I wouldn't say I was just all over the place, but I have came a long way, and I just know what's what and what's not. You feel me? So a lot of times it's not like I'm coming from a place of judging myself. It's just like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it the right way. I'm not going to just be doing it just to be doing it. And if I'm doing it, I'm going to be all over the place doing it. Like, I'm not going to be that. And that's just me. You feel me? Like, everybody is different, and I understand that. And you do come in contact with different people as well. So I do know that most times I do have to be open-minded, but it's like, at the same time, if I know already what's what with the certain situation, it's just like, I try to avoid any type of odd or weird situations into my life that I know that I can avoid. So I feel like when it comes to like working with people as far as like partners and building those type of relationships as well, I feel like that's cool, but y'all too also have to have an understanding and stuff like that, because a lot of people do like to come into the industry with a friend or in a relationship and stuff like that, and then by the time they in the middle of it, the friendship dead, the relationship dead, like because it wasn't no real grounded balance or boundaries set inside of these relationships, and people just went on doing what they wanted to do, and then it was just like boom, you feel me? Like I had, like it's been times, like I'm not gonna lie, it's been times when I was like in my early 20s and I used to talk to my friends, we used to always talk about how we wanted to do this, that, and the third. And then it's like when it actually came to action, a lot of stuff happened to where those situations didn't even play out how it was supposed to. You feel me? So I feel like when you do go in situations like, or it could be a situation where both of y'all go up, like say both of y'all want to stand up and be a body girl or something like that, and they only choose one of y'all. You feel me? Like it be situations like that, and I feel like a lot of times they do be judging y'all as a group, and it's better if both of y'all want to be in this specific place to like go one at a time, or they like in case like this certain person needs to change this up with themselves, or this certain person needs to do this. You feel me? Like, cause sometimes you probably not dressed the correct way for that certain type of company, you feel me? So I feel like if they choose one of y'all and not the other one, that can cause like friction between the relationships and friendships as well, because of the simple fact like both of y'all want to start something together and they only chose one of y'all, and now y'all feel like it's the competition and what y'all want to do. You feel me? Like that's why y'all, it's good to communicate, it's good to set boundaries, it's good to like make like logs on what you're trying to do, how much you're trying to make, and when you're trying to stop and stuff like that at the same time, because of the simple fact like if you go in just doing any and everything, you just gonna be there wasting money, burning time. You really ain't gonna be doing what you want to do, and then you're gonna start feeling like everybody not real, everybody fake, because you moving how you want to move, and they gonna move how they moving because of how you moving. Like it's just a lot of stuff like that. And if like I feel like I wouldn't say relationships be weak when y'all started, but they don't be as strong because people don't clarify what they really want as far as their friendship and as far as gaining success or wealth or money or type stuff like that. Like I feel like a lot of times people do get like big-headed eventually once they do start making money, and then start feeling like, oh, like say if you made more money than your friend, and now all of a sudden they acting like, oh, they made more money than you, and now they moving like you need to be around them to get some money. You know, like I feel like people do that as well, and that burn out friendships too, because of the simple fact, like it's like even if you did make more money than your friend, why not just tell your friend on how you made that money instead of just going off like, oh, I'm better than this person. We came here and I'm making more than this person, when y'all is being looked at as a group. Clearly y'all partners, you feel me? Like, and then as far as like the stage and as far as money goes, I feel like, of course, everything should be split down the middle. But if you feel like, you know, I don't know, it's rules to shit like that. So some people probably feel like they put in more work than the other person. But if both of y'all actually dancing together on set together, it's supposed to be split between two of y'all. So I feel like a lot of times when they do come to money, and people who like never had money before or finally getting it, act like just, you know, just all over the place, like just don't care and hanging with anybody. And then it's like, you feel me? Like it's not, I'm not saying it's bad to be social, but I feel like, I don't know, because a lot of time relationships get broke like that too. Like somebody probably don't mess with you, but they mess with your friends and stuff like that, and now your friends hang with them. And you feel me? Like it could be a lot of stuff that stop what y'all supposed to be going to do as a group. You feel me? So I feel like, again, if y'all don't set like rules, boundaries, and what y'all want to do, how y'all want to do it, the goals, and you know what's y'all end goal and type of stuff like that, then I feel like you're gonna go into the situation blindsided. You're gonna be all over the place. The friendship, the relationships not gonna be as strong. They're gonna be dead. You probably been to met somebody else, all type of shit, because of the fact, like, you feel me, like. Like people just don't be like, a lot of times people be lying. A lot of times people just be hiding their motives or what they have for why they're around a person. And you like, you know, eventually that stuff do reveals itself, because a lot of times those type of situations reveal the truth in people, because of the simple fact, like, I don't know, like everybody just be wanting, like it's cool to eventually like try to do stuff the quick way, but if you ain't doing it the right way, the quicker you got it, the quicker it's gonna be gone. You feel me? Like if you going into it with a nasty mind, you gonna leave it with a nasty mind. Like it's not gonna be no different. You feel me? Like, but if you going into it with a good headspace, I'm pretty sure you gonna leave the situation successful. You gonna know when to not like do certain parties, events and stuff like that. You feel me? Like it levels, and I feel like if you do more planning and strategizing than just going into a situation, just going into the situation, then you will be more like on top of things and more in control of what you got going on, the situation, and how you want to get your money. So I feel like, yeah, it's all about like setting goals, like setting money goals as well. Like, oh, I want to make this much in a week. I want to make this much at the end of the month. I want to make this much, and then I want to stop. You feel me? Like, I feel like when you do make money, it's good to like invest in like certain things, so you won't have to solely depend on that, because I feel like certain stuff be seasonal depending on what you're doing. And you feel me? Like it's like some days you do need days where people miss you, so they won't get tired of seeing you. And then you feel me, like when you're not accumulating a lot of money like you used to. So it's good to like take breaks and set goals to where you want to do other stuff and not just solely depend on what you're doing to gain money. Then when the money ain't there, you feeling like, you feel me, like you chasing the money, and that's when money start running from you. When you start overly chasing money and not attracting money, that's when money start running from you. So I feel like it's good to like set goals, what you want to do, and what you want to do outside of what you're doing, like as far as businesses, as far as like personal stuff, as far as passions and stuff like that. That should be noted as well. And yeah, it's good when you communicate and stuff like that, and that should be able to help. I feel like space is needed as well. Like you gotta allow people to venture and find themselves, or because that way y'all won't get tired of each other. You feel me? But if y'all overly cluttering each other, situations is not gonna end like how they, it's not gonna end well. You feel me? And then people gonna feel like somebody was fake when it was never no boundary set to begin with. It was never no discussions, no communication to begin with. So I feel like, yeah. And as far as boundaries, it's not even about like somebody being in control of you. It's about understanding, not just communicating to respond to something, but to understand, to comprehend a situation. And like what people doing, especially when you like involved with somebody who in the industry, like it's like good to like communicate, and it's good to like not try to over tell somebody like what they should and shouldn't be doing when you met them like that. You feel me? And I feel like you also should try to date every single person that you meet in the industry anyway, because that is a distraction. Like I also had situations in my life where like a person came between the two people and stuff like that, and it shouldn't have it should have been like what it was, business. But people do like to mix business with pleasure. So when it's stuff like that, then I feel like it can mess up a friendship, but it shouldn't mess up a friendship. But you feel me? Like a lot of people just I don't know. I can't like speak for everybody, but me personally, I feel like I be chilling, but I'm also really focused on just taking care of my goals and what I want to like. I feel like a lot of stuff is temporary, but it's good to like enjoy life, enjoy the moments. You feel me? Like everything shouldn't have to be so stamped and noted. You feel me? Everything should just be like going with the flow sometimes, or just like little stuff like that. And yeah, just living life, being free. You feel me? Not living to survive, but just living to live. You feel me? Like living to actually experience life, to actually to look at the sun, even if it's cold. Like I feel like it's a lot of stuff, a lot of activities you could do when it's cold. And like you just gotta be motivated. You gotta find other ways to motivate yourself and stuff like that, and you will be good. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. I hope my boobies ain't showing, because these little things keep just moving. But But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Bash for him. She thinks she lethal with the cooch. You can't tell me this love is different. I loved you, but that's besides the point. This boss up here different, cause every bit of love I gave to you, I give it to myself now. Newbie, on time, baby.